welcome to your reading where we will be answering the question, what is your personality like? If you chose pile 1, you're in the right spot. I chose for you the opalite mushroom. And just to go over some of the properties of this mushroom, it is subtle yet highly energetic. Also, it is known to have a luminous beauty, and I would agree. And 2, it brings a sense of calm, clarity, gentle, soothing energy, and it opens up communication. Which brings us right into our meditation messages. You are very open and built to network and connect. I got the image of angel wings. Your personality is very angelic. I also got the image of a gumball machine. You are fun and a treat to be around. You're not always available, and that increases others' want for you. I got the image of a lotus flower and heard, I come from the mud. 2, I received the image of mushrooms under leaves. You are highly transformative, and your ability or capacity for this went largely hidden in early life, in your early life phases. But it reached a point of impossibility when it comes to remaining unseen. I heard, now you're out in the open, you've reached a point of growth that you can't hide, and others close this gap too by looking for you. And I heard, mushroom hunter. There's a warmth to you. I got the image of a red-orange sunset. There's also a lightness to you. People feel lifted up by interactions with you. I got the image of fluffy clouds. You don't take life too seriously. I heard innocently trippy. And I heard too, it's all for fun. You like to make life interesting and enjoyable, too unique or different. You don't mind standing out from the crowd because you feel it helps the crowd to be unique and to show up as yourself. You see it as productive. You see it as something that moves society forward, I'm hearing. I also heard the song Trinkets by Ashnikko came through. You may be someone that likes trinkets or likes to collect. I heard weird but cute, original and alluring. And it came through too for you, pile 1. You may have dealt with or deal with dyslexia, ADHD, ADD, or you have a very active mind and an imagination. Let's jump into now 303, some charms, tarot, and messages from the fishbowl. Oh yeah, I forgot to, we will roll some dice. I just want to say real fast, pile 1. Oh, wow. Your energy was reminding me of this girl I used to go to school with named Allie, and I swear every time I saw her, she was smiling. She had red hair and brown eyes, and she was very beautiful. So you have like we were talking about earlier, like opalite mushrooms, opalite crystal is a very alluring crystal with a luminescent beauty. That's how I would describe her. That's how I would describe you too. Your dice are wonderful. Okay, we're getting the number 12 here, which is 12th house, but just 12 to me, okay, represents innocence, purity. The Fool card, really. And I'm getting the image of like butterflies and jellyfish hunting off SpongeBob. And the 6-9 here, okay, which is actually Pisces. I believe. Let me confirm that real fast. No, it's actually Cancer. I remember Pisces like kind of looks like a basketball symbol, so I was like, that's not Pisces. But Pisces was coming up through like my intuitive channel, so I'm getting like you have a dreamy quality about you too. Though you're very nurturing and like loving, and I'm picking up just like that girl that I used to go to school with. Like, you have a very, like, I'm hearing Labrador, but like golden retriever energy. Very Venusian energy, very beautiful, and like you look harmonious and you bring harmony to situations. You're very caring and nurturing, and you bring this energy to others. Like, they actually, it's reminding me, like, you know how you feel? This is really interesting. Like, this was unplanned because this didn't happen in meditation. I keep having all these school references come up. But do you remember, like, when your best friend, like, missed the day at school and you didn't know about it, and then you were just, like, at school? It felt so pointless. People feel like a dark, not necessarily stormy, but, like, they feel like the sun is, like, behind the clouds whenever you're not around. Also, I'm getting, too, like, you make your friends feel like family. I'm getting, like, you guys eating dinner at each other's houses, and you're paying for meals for them, or, like, you covering an expense and not being worried about it. Giving people rides to places, stuff like that. 622, and I just heard, too, like, you're a team player. You make people feel like they're part of your team. And 2, it's like when people are on your team, they feel like they're on the winning team no matter what. Like, you make people feel like even when you guys are taking home, like if you guys happen to take home a loss, you're like, you spin it into something positive. You make everything meaningful and worthwhile. In answering the question, what is your personality like? We get the Courage card, as well as Wise, and In. You know, I'm thinking when it comes to your personality, you stand up for people. Like, you wouldn't let someone get bullied in front of you. And also, I'm coming back, I'm sorry guys, to that girl I used to go to school with. It's just how it's coming through, so I'm sorry to keep bringing her up, but she was quite popular, like, when I went to school with her. And I'm sure she is still very popular in her life. And, you know, I'm getting, like, you have a very popular energy. Like, even if you don't realize it. Because this girl, she also had this humble quality to her. I don't know if she did realize it, that she was, like, in that crowd. But yeah, I'm getting, like, you know, and that's really interesting. I'm getting, like, humble lion. It's like, lions are, like, fierce. And they roar loud, and they're strong, and they're like an apex predator. But it's like if you packaged all that into a humble body. 808. It makes people beat to the rhythm of your drum. Or is that how that goes? That's how it's coming through. I'm getting to, you know, like, just, there's something about having met her, like, in a school environment, and I feel like schools are, like, so cold, not just, like, literally in temperature. It's like, they were cold, yes, literally, but also, they had, like, a coldness about the energy, and it's coming through, like, you provide warmth in energetically cold environments. Okay, we have warm soup coming out as a card. Your personality offers nourishment, comfort, healing to others. Big on the comfort. Okay, you're like a sweater. You're like people's favorite sweater, though. We also have reindeer tracks. Signs, guidance, spiritual messages. You know, you give, like, older sister, brother vibes. Older sister, older brother. Frosted window art. Creativity, expression, impermanence. You're someone who lives life in the moment. Okay, I'm getting the image of someone, like, taking their friends through a drive-thru for drinks or for a quick snack. We also have wrapping presents, thoughtfulness, giving, blessings shared. You make people feel like they're acknowledged, included. And you make people feel like they're special, and the moments that you guys share are special. And lastly from this deck, we have ice crystals. Beauty in small things. Clarity, perfection. You have a very, like, how do I put this? It's like your perception isn't tainted by any bias. You offer very clear insights, and you have clear interpretations of, like, just situations you're going through and others are going through. And I like how it says beauty in small things. I feel like that's really you guys. That's bringing me back to, like, your humble nature. You're someone who's very future oriented. I'm hearing has your future laid out before you. Okay, you may have had, like, I'm getting, like, the feeling of a really supportive system around you. 1111. It's like, you know, I'm being reminded of people that, I mean, this girl, yes, but I'm being reminded too of other people that I went to school with, and it's like, they seemed like school was perfect for them, and after high school, it's like they had a perfect relationship, and it may have went, like, right into a family and, like, marriage, and if they chose to do school, it's like they were in sports, like, everything was, it's almost like it was, like, predestined for them, but it happened very sequentially. Even in the ways that you are conventional, I'm getting, you're very, like, grandiose. And answering the question what your personality is like, we pull the Emperor, and I love the Six of Cups being on the bottom of the deck. This is underlying energy. Six of Cups reminds me of, like, a return to childhood, a return to one's roots. Childhood is literally the focus of this card, and that's coming up a lot in your reading. And the Emperor here is holding an Ankh. Okay, that's the key to life. That's what I was just talking about. Like, it's like these people that I went to school with that I was talking about a second ago, which shares your energy. Okay, this is your energy. It's like they hold the key to life. You hold the key to life. I want to read from the guidebook for this deck for that card. The Emperor sits on his throne in a commanding way. He loves ruling and has earned his way into this position. A long white beard grows from his chin, indicating his age, experience, and wisdom. He wishes to share his wisdom with others. The scepter in his hand represents the position of authority, and the orb he holds in the other is the world he rules over. His throne is in front of a hefty mountain chain. They lie behind him to show the strong, unwavering support he is backed by. The Emperor expresses you may be approaching a time in your life where you may fall into a similar role as the Emperor. Recently, you may find yourself being the dad of your group, perhaps by protecting them, supporting them, providing them with safety, or financially providing for them. In this fatherly role, you are a natural. Your efforts will not go unappreciated. The card could also allude to your role as a leader. You might be drawn to being an authority. This is not a bad thing. You have a way about you that makes others want to follow and assist you in your mission. Through your direction, you will benefit while also helping others benefit. Don't be scared to take charge. You belong in a position of leadership. 1414. Out of the fishbowl, we have reserved energy, psychic, big fur coat, and keepers of the same flame. Wow, pile one. The first charm we pull is a lotus flower. We literally talked about this for meditation, and I had the download I Come From the Mud come through for you. We also have a gold dragonfly coming out. Your leadership qualities are undeniable, and I'm coming back to that girl I was talking about earlier. Thinking about it again more deeply, I think she was actually, like, I guess you could say, like, the leader of her friend group, although all of her friends were very popular, but I think she was kind of like the focal point. This is your energy. And this dragonfly, you're quick to move. I keep having like sports, like field sports come through, field-based sports, and like ponytails. I'm hearing field hockey. But I wanted to say with this dragonfly charm, your capacity for community is like unprecedented. Okay, I'm seeing it like a dog and like a dog kennel amongst like 20 to 40 other dogs, like running around in the play area. Next we have this daisy charm, and it's golden and it has these like loops here. I think this is more for like a bracelet, but I like this coming out for your energy because it's like your energy is meant to be shared. We also have a silver dragonfly coming out. You know, this is making me feel like it's reminding me of day and night. You may be naturally more introverted. I'm hearing like omnivert or ambivert. But it's like that goes hidden because of your outgoing nature. You outshine yourself, I'm hearing. And also I'm getting with that silver and gold, you're like incredibly balanced. The last charm that I pulled is a gold Christmas tree, and I find it really interesting that I pulled this because I used my winter deck, which was unplanned. You may really love Christmas, or your birthday is around Christmas, or something meaningful happens for you around Christmas. But you are like a celebration to others. Your personality feels like a holiday to others. Pile 1, I'm going to leave your messages off there for today. And actually, I'm being guided to pull one more card for you all, so I will do that. The last card that we have for you, Pile 1, is 6 of Wands. This is a card of recognition. It comes after a lot of hard work. Your personality is very heartfelt and hardworking. Okay, you're in the spotlight. And you have a very victorious energy about you, and even so, just like this card says, you have a lot of goodwill about you. You're not a sore loser, I'm hearing, or a sore winner. You act the same, honestly, although you might celebrate a little bit more, obviously, if you win, but you act the same whether or not you win or lose. And so you're always winning. You have a lot of people who wish you well, and you're riding high, just like this card says. You spend your time in your life in the spotlight, just like you're meant to. We're going to leave your reading off there for today. If that resonated or you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like or your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave a winter or Christmas related emoji. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Bye for now. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading, where we will be answering the question, what is your personality like? For you, we chose this crystal, which is the flower agate heart, also known as the cherry blossom agate. We will discuss very briefly like what qualities that crystal has here in a moment. We have messages from meditation. We'll pull some cards, charms, and messages from the fishbowl. Let's go ahead and jump in. So from meditation, I heard your personality is reminiscent of slow oldies, classic R&B. I heard slow jams, rhythms that make you move, and lyrics you love to sing, music that stirs the soul. You are a soulful individual. You are sensual and you ignite the senses. Much like a flower, actually. They incite you to look, smell, touch them. I heard, want to take you for a ride. I got the image of a Ferris wheel. I heard cruising. People are curious what it would be like to be close to you and experience you. You make others feel calm but excited. I heard grounded exhilaration. And I got the image of someone on grass receiving a bolt of lightning and then proclaiming, "I want to go again." You offer a lot of insight to others, aha moments and epiphanies. People can't get enough of you. Even people who have faced your shadows aren't scared away. Instead, they feel they've encountered and interacted with something sacred. I got the image of a skydiver free falling. You've surrendered your ego, and others must do the same to keep up or remain aligned to you. When people do, I got the image of skydivers forming a star by holding their hands. When they do surrender their ego, there is supportive energy for everyone involved. I heard dynamic duo, power couple, and kingdom rising. There's encouragement and ability for all to achieve their place in space as a star. I heard glow ignited, takeoff, Lego, master crafter builder. I also heard winner winner chicken dinner. You make everything a win, and you're inclusive with that energy. 244. So that's what we have for meditation. Let's go over very briefly the qualities of your crystal. Wow, the flower agate heart crystal is associated, just flower agate in general, but then it's like compounded by the fact that it's a heart shape. This crystal is connected to the root and heart chakras. How perfect is that for you guys, especially considering like those early music downloads that we were getting where it's like very soulful? That definitely reminds me of root and heart chakra. This crystal is believed to represent personal growth, transformation, and the blossoming of your potential. This crystal helps you manifest your dreams with passion and joy. It's also associated with rising feminine, supporting qualities like trust, love, and joy. I just want to say, pal, too, I'm getting a download right now about like your strength, your resiliency, your emotional fortitude. You've really built yourself up. We have 11, Uranus, and Pisces. You make people feel like very, all connections with you are intimate. All connections with you are close connections. You have like a rebellious tinge to you, a rebellious streak. And I don't think I wrote this down. I didn't, but I got a download during meditation about, in the music spot, like when we first opened meditation, about jazz being also a music genre that was pertinent to your personality. And I'm getting like you're a dreamer. You're imaginative. You're an idealist. You have heart and soul, I'm hearing. I'm pulling from my Birds of a Feather deck. And, you know, it's making me feel like you have a flock that you belong to. I'm seeing people like sitting in a stoop. And I'm hearing crow. You may have like a group of 4 to 5, I'm getting, or you did at one point. I just heard crow flying solo. So you may have broken off from the flock to go on like a solo mission. But your energy is seamless. You can return back to this flock without like batting an eye. And everybody else too will just be happy for your return. You know, I'm getting the sign of Scorpio in my third eye. I'm getting like your sexuality is coming back through. Like, I'm getting like the image of someone who dresses quite casually. Actually, I'm seeing corduroys. But it's like, I'm hearing your sexuality seeps. That's interesting. Seeps through those jeans is actually what I heard. But it's like, I'm getting like you don't try actually. It's not like a forward facing energy that you put forth. I actually get like your upmost and forwardmost facing energy is like, you seem lucky and also innocent. And then under the surface, there's like a lot of transformation. And on top of all of that are your connections that each and every one of them feel intimate. Each and every one of your connections feels special, unique. There's like an enjoyable, leisurely pace about your energy. I'm hearing this saying, I don't know what it's off of, but it's like telling the person listening to slow down. They're like, you're hitting on the corners too fast. Slow down. You gotta slow down. I'm hearing like you show people how to be smooth with it. So from the Birds of a Feather deck, we have Wagtail. And this yellow, black, white is sticking out to me. The scale also is sticking out to me. But recently I was hearing, who sings that song? Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black. Is that Wiz Khalifa? That was coming through. But also the scale. I'm getting like you're not a manipulative person. We also have Bittern showing up. Stealth, mystery, solitude, shadow, moon, leaf. Solitary, stealthy. That's how I was picking up on your energy right now. Like you may typically belong to a group, but it's like right now you're going solo for something. We have Cockatoo showing up. Sociability, intelligence, playfulness. Playful, intelligent. Oh, but when it was coming, that's reminding me, when it was coming to your sexuality earlier and like talking about corduroy, I was picking up on Marvin Gaye and Let's Get It On. Cormorant. Resourcefulness, patience, adaptability. I'm hearing, as I read this card, I had to get it how I live it. Patient and resourceful. And I'm hearing, okay, I like how the symbols for this are fish, rock, wave. I'm getting like biblical, I'm hearing like break bread. I'm getting like early life may have been a struggle for you where like you had to make resource essentially. I'm hearing I'm made of what I make myself. I was just sitting here and singing Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. What a beautiful song. But the lines, something about, let me get this line back. 10:10 on my timer as I come back. But the first line that I can remember is, don't you know how sweet and wonderful life can be? And loving me can't be wrong as long as the love is true. It's like you teach people to just love honestly with transparency and with passion. And you also teach people how to translate that passion onto their life. Okay, you burn hot. Look at my candle right now. It's like literally dripping wax. On the bottom of the deck of this particular deck, we have hairdresser, barber. And this is reminding me of the 70s. Like when I think of the 70s, one of the things I think about for sure is hair. You have that 70s vibe to you. Okay, we have like corduroy and Marvin Gaye's coming out. I'm getting cold chills right now. It's like I'm seeing someone like strut down a street in like bell bottoms, like denim, and like they have an afro and they look good. Okay, and they're like strutting their stuff. This card reads style, care, transformation, scissors, comb, hair dryer. I'm hearing with this card, I'm hearing don't be sad, be sexy. And it's not like a modern depiction, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry guys if that was loud. It's not like a modern depiction of what sexy is. It's interesting that happened. Let me think about this for a moment. You knock people out of their rhythms and you bring their inner child to surface. Okay, that's what I'm getting with that explosion sound that just happened. But what I was going to say is I was getting with don't be sad, be sexy. It wasn't like a Instagram version of what sexy is. It's like it's more like a don't be sad. Be what your sacral chakra is calling you to do. Create, play. Yes, display the vibrancy of your sexuality, but do it for the sake of living. 1230. I'm getting the full card in my mind's eye right now, and it's like you show people how to feel fresh. You know, you show people like you teach people how to receive love. That is so beautiful. That is so gorgeous of you. Oh my gosh, your energy is like luminescent. I'm getting like a disco ball captures the light of you, but it doesn't capture the warmth of you. You're like if a disco ball was made up of like orange and red, like sunset colors, purple, pink, like deep, just like this actually. It's like if this were the colors on the disco ball and there's like light shining everywhere, that's your energy. 1331. Before I started shuffling this deck here again, I saw journalist on the bottom of the deck, which we have Gardner now, but I've shuffled. There was journalist, and I was hearing power to the people. Okay, it's like you stand up for what's right, for what's just. I'm getting the image too of like a toothpick hanging out of a mouth, and it's like there's something so down to earth, but also very like sensual about you, like down to earth and practical. There's a practicality to a toothpick, but then it's made partly sensual by it hanging out of the mouth. We have coming out of this deck, nurse, compassion, support, service, artist, creativity, expression, inspiration, plumber, flow, repair, practicality, pipe wrench, faucet pipe. You know, I'm hearing let me lay down these pipes, and it's like, okay, yeah, the obvious way is coming through. Let me lay down this pipe, but it's like, you're like, I'm getting like, you're very musical. You're a singer. You sing a lot. You love to sing. All these, like, I'm seeing like a studio. You love to feel the rhythm. The rhythm of the beat. I'm hearing a song. Let the beat go on. Oh, let the beat go on. I don't know what that song is though. I'm getting like, it's interesting because the 70s is so perfect for you guys, pile too. It's like, there's a soulful element, but also there's like this disco element. And also there's like this element of difficulty that you've had to work through. So it's like, it shows up in your strength. And like, you love harder because of it. We also have graphic designer though here. Creativity, design, and visuals. And I'm coming back to like the person that's walking down the street with like an afro and bell bottoms and they're like strutting, okay? And that's all about visuals. Like, you are a visual experience and you offer that. Oh my gosh. And then as I am going to set this down again, what is on the bottom of the deck as we finish? Journalist, okay? Definitely like you have like a social activism, component to your personality. You care about humanity and like the state of human affairs. I'm hearing too with that let the beat go on. It's like you show people how to move on in a productive, positive way from hardship or like difficult situations. We have for you as well in answering what is your personality like. I love this sequence so much. We have the star. Okay, power and success, hope, calm, faith, rejuvenation. We also have the tower, okay, change in options, upheaval, chaos, revelation, sudden insight, sudden change, awakening, justice, okay. 11 reduces to 2, which is about balancing the polarities in a given situation, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, cause and effect, and law. You're like an order bringer. We also have the Three of Pentacles. I'm getting an image now of someone like at a protest, like in a crowd. Okay, teamwork, collaboration, implementation, building something. Triplicity, expression, expansion of the idea, growth, first stages of completion, just like a protest. And lastly, Wheel of Fortune, good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, inevitable fate, ups and downs, unpredictable, a return to beginning, only at a higher level in the spiral of life. Then I'm hearing that song again, let the beat go on. It's like, you don't ever let anything, you always pick yourself back up. You don't ever let anything just put you and hold you against the ground. 1818. For some reason, I feel inclined to show you the image on the inside of this Inner Child Oracle deck. Look at how cute. Okay, let's pull from this deck and see what messages want to come out for you guys. Wow, you guys, wow. I have no words. Your reading is amazing. Okay, the message from that Inner Child Oracle deck, is run wild. Okay, this is your personality. Let your inner wild child run forth, and you call others to do the same. And let me read from the guidebook for this, okay? It reads, there is a wild aspect to being a child, a sort of carefree naivety partnered with an intense connection to our senses. Children feel things more deeply and experience the world more through their bodies than through their minds. They have little care for how things are supposed to be. While this is obviously not a place that we can continually reside in as adults, there is magic to be had in connecting with this mindset again. We have coming out for you, Pile 2, the 1870s. This is messages from the Fishbowl. Ancient Rome. And what I'm getting from that is you've lived multiple lifetimes. And lastly, we have the Last Unicorn. Okay, it's almost like you're here as like a savior and you're on a mission of some sort. Okay, and there's a rare quality to your personality. We have coming out from the charms one that reads handmade. We also have a elephant that has stars on it. You know, I'm hearing with that handmade too. It's like I'm hearing Midas touch and also self-made, and I'm golden. You have like a golden energy about you. You're destined for greatness really no matter what you do. Although I'm getting like you have something you're really called to. You're really wise. It's something that makes you stand out from the crowd, and it's something that makes you luminescent. You have like an innate wisdom. I'm getting people around you have been like, how did they know this? Where did they get all this information from? And I'm hearing it's because you've lived so many lives. We also have the White Swan charm making an appearance. It's like you always transform pain into peace. And the last charm that we have is a golden fairy. You are ethereal, magical, mystical, otherworldly. And there's something about you that like stirs fantasy. Pile 2, we are going to leave your reading there for today. If that resonated or you enjoyed the messages, don't forget to leave a like and your thoughts in the comments below, how it resonated in that. And if you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, leave some dancing emojis or some hearts. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next message. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Bye for now. Hello Pile 3 and welcome to your reading where we will be answering the question, what is your personality like? If you chose Pile 3, then you have chosen this crystal, which is a mystery crystal. I'm not sure what it is. It's possibly onyx or quartz. We have some messages for meditation. We will roll some dice, pull tarot, messages from the fishbowl, and we will get some charms. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So for meditation, I heard you are unlike any other. I heard untainted and pure. You were born a fighter, but didn't know. It's something that you had to realize and learn about yourself. I got the image of a character off of Street Fighter, I believe is the game. One where they're like wearing a bunch of black bandages. You are very mysterious as a personality. I heard hidden cards, poker face, and sunglasses. You don't display all, and others find it highly difficult to both read and gauge you. Your personality is one of a night owl. Midnight and twilight hours is really what your energy has a preference for. This is when you feel the most alive and creative. 2, though, you've put use and have found ways to put use to your mornings. And you've found enjoyment here. Day is when you are most productive and most physically engaged and active. I got the image of a sand timer flipping on intervals. You've found a cycle of time by which you've put practical measures to your creative abilities, your creativity, and this brings them to life, and it's very successful for you. I heard it's only a matter of time until this blows up for you, and that's in a positive way. 213. You've had to balance a lot when it comes to stuff for you, okay? You've really balanced yourself out. It shows all the way to your, like, the external of you. It's not just like, you're not a hypocrite, basically. The things that you envision for yourself is like, if I did this, this, and this, A, B, and C, I would be balanced. You're doing A, B, and C. I also heard Paint the Town Blue by Ashnikko. You're bringing your own branding to the world. Okay, and I actually heard like belligerence. Some people may find you to be belligerent. I also got Brandy from Destiny's Child, but that was like, I think it's Brandy. I'm not totally sure. That was pre my time. Okay, I wasn't sure how to interpret that, but I will include it for you guys. I also got Hot Sauce, and I heard, ooh, child, you make points that raise eyebrows and make people purse their lips. I heard hot take and talkies. Okay. I also heard too much for some and not enough for me. I heard you laugh because this is this is you holding back some. So it's funny when people find you belligerent because you're like, this is me polite. And I also got Rico Nasty, and particularly her most recent work, Butterfly, was coming through. I'm getting like, you know that you're actually like kind-hearted and pure intention. So it's like 404. You don't actually see yourself as having attitude. You're like, you may ruffle feathers, but it's for all the right reasons. So it's worthwhile. All right, let's go ahead and roll some dice for you and begin our tarot reading. 421 on my timer as I say this. I just heard it. Let me break it down for you in a kind of a sassy way. But I wanted to look up this Ashnikko Paint the Town Blue song because I was hearing this part that's like, crush, make you crush. But let me see what the lyrics are because I'm not totally sure how it goes. Okay, the lyrics go, oh, you want a villain, let me show you how I evil. Oh, you think I'm difficult, I'll show you I'm a devil. Sharp shooter lethal, top of the food chain like an eagle. Whack-a-mole, you weasels, I'm a machine. Diesel, gotta crush you all beneath me. You bees are my pups, you're drooling for a squeaky. I squash you like a bug, battle-fueled, greasy. Dig my nails into your peach, dead and deceased like wow. Paint the town blue, riots all around you. Okay, well, you guys, good Lord. This is your energy, your personality. You are like very powerful. Okay, a force to be reckoned with. I just heard 533. I just heard when you show up, the show starts. The next verse, honestly, this whole song, like honestly, if you haven't heard the song, you need to listen to it. You need to look up the lyrics. This is your personality. Verse 2 goes, I go rogue, thorns on a rose. Switch up my mind like I want it, then I don't. Heads explode, my little blue clones. I blow this place up, now these ashes fall like snow. I'm no good, I'm rotten to the core. Simulate, play with me, please, I'm bored. Trigger warning, yeah, blood and gore. Jump for your life, there's lava on the floor. It's like you have a very commanding presence, and also you're not worried about chatter. I'm hearing back chatter, and I'm hearing something like, I'm hearing a saying, but it's not coming through all the way, but it's like essentially like, you're the show, and then these people are just here as an audience, and they want to be like you, so you're not worried about like fitting in. You came here to stand out. Actually, that's what's coming out. Wow, I'm excited to get into your cards. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, I was gonna say too, so this is Neptune here on your dice, okay? This deals with like ideals and intuition. You're a dreamer, an idealist. This is Pisces here, doubling down on that in 2. Okay, you have your own vision of the world, and like, I'm also hearing like you've come to the point where you're not scared of being someone else's villain. 717. I'm hearing that part in the song that's like, wah, You guys, I just reminded myself of that one. Oh my gosh, I pray you've seen this. I don't know what this song, I think it's called Down with the Sickness, but it was this guy that was like karaokeing, and this video went viral a few years ago. The beginning of that song is like, ooh, wah, but there's this part in the Ashnikko song, and it's saying wow, It's like I was getting the download that you are unfazed by people who are like shocked and bothered by you. Okay. I just got the image of you. You are really cool. Like, your energy is very, like, I'm just coming back to that, like, commanding, original, and powerful presence. Like, really just like Ashnikko. Like, Ashnikko is the perfect, like, personification of your guys' personality. But I was getting the vision of you guys, like, walking in the underworld with, like, your shadows on a chain. And you're, like, doing it really coolly, honestly. You're walking in style with your shadows chained. I pulled this deck intuitively for us, and I love how it says the wild unknown. That is your personality. I'm actually being called to how, for Americans at least, this Krim Kranz name here it's reminding me of Germany, actually. And it's reminding me how, as Americans, we perceive them to be, like, sexually liberated. So I'm getting, like, you seem sexually liberated, especially by the measures of others. I'm hearing, too, that line, that song, like, I'm sorry, y'all, to say it again, but you need to listen to it if you haven't. It keeps coming through so strongly, but I was hearing the line, switch my mind up like I want it, then I don't. And people find you to be kind of fickle, okay? 933 on my timer, and it's like, in some way, this is like you working your magic, essentially, in your world. And others are just paying witness to it or bearing witness to it, and it's like, people feel really like they're in your audience while you're doing this magic. I'm being called like Aleister Crowley in the number 8. And how 8 represents like sex, death, transformation, taxes. It's like, I'm getting like you don't feel like you owe anybody anything in just being yourself and expressing yourself, and you're right to think that way. It's like you show up completely original, unlike anyone else. I'm getting to, like, your villain arc is because you don't fit into, like, conventional norms. You dare to be and see things differently. And I love this card coming out for you, 6 of Wands. Okay, I'm being reminded again of you, like, walking through the underworld with your shadows. Like, you have your you know, the dark side of yourself is very tamed, is very controlled. You have like a lot of knowledge about that side of yourself, and you utilize it in a way, you utilize it in an interesting way. You like bring light to a lot of people. And in all of this darkness, the outcome of it is pure light. Okay, you're not actually a villain. You just don't fit into the molds that came before you. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the Fool. You came here to do something brand new, something that's never been done before. You're literally blowing people's minds. I'm seeing like a lot of metal, like chains and jewelry, layered. It's like, you know, I'm being called to like the fashion choices of Ashnikko and Rico Nasty. It's just like that. Like, I don't know if they wear a lot of metal, but I would definitely describe their aesthetic as metal. I'm hearing death metal. I don't exactly know what genre of music that is, but that came through. You know, and it's 12:12 on my timer as I say this. It's like, I'm actually getting like, I like the word death metal because it's like you redefine things that came before you, even if those things before you were unconventional. That is so awesome. And like, you do it out of like the purity of your heart with pure intentions. I forget what this song is called, but it's another Ashnikko song. It may be just called Worms, but it was like, there's a line that says, "The world's on fire, I got worms in my brain," something like that. But there's another line. The line that was sticking out to me was, "The world's on fire," and also, "Play my life like a video game." Okay, so I'm getting like, you may view your body as like an avatar, and you may think about life like it's a Matrix or a video game, and like you're leveling up. You're acquiring like things for your chest and things for your person, your character, and you dress up and decorate yourself like you're an avatar. That's really cool. We have also the Ace of Pentacles. I'm hearing with this prosperity keyword a line off of Adventure Time when Marceline like she like ravenously attacks the bubblegum princess and like drains her of her like suppleness. And she's like, she like looks like a raisin after, and the bubblegum princess asks in a whisper, "Do you have the spoon of prosperity?" And then she puts it on her nose and she like blows back up to her regular self. Okay. You know, this card though is reminding me like, I don't know why, but I don't know why it just came through as a download that Ashnikko is a Pisces. I don't know if that is true. I did look this up. I don't know if that's accurate right now, but that may be relevant to you. And I think, yeah, Pisces actually came out as a sign. That may be like in your big three, or just like a very heavy forward-facing energy of your personality. People may think you're a Pisces. But I was thinking about, like, with this card, it was reminding me how, like, Ashnikko brought about, like, a completely, what felt like a new direction in music. You bring about new directions with what you're doing, okay? I like how this card reads, material gain, success, investment, potential. Wealth, opportunity, new beginnings. Fertility. I'm hearing fertile ground. Like, that may not be the focus of, like, your personality is how fertile you are, but, like, all of this is made possible because of how fertile you are. You are so abundant with life, and, like, you're so abundant with the ability to create. That's why all this, like, ability to resist what came before you is possible. The ability to do something new takes more energy. So yeah, just, you may not focus on that, but like, you are incredibly fertile ground. Bottom of the deck, we have the Sun, positivity, freedom, fun. confidence. I definitely would think of Rico Nasty and Ashniko in those terms. 1555, you too are thought of in those ways. Bottom of the deck energy before we jump into our card, we have the 43rd card, Sacred Purpose, Eternal Flame. I love that in relating back to what we were just talking about with your energy, okay? Let me pull our card here that fell on the floor. And, oh, I love this. 24, Adjustment, looking back, moving forward. Okay, let me read from the guidebook for this card here. The Priestess of Wisdom pauses, looking over her shoulder as she receives owl guidance about adjustments to make before moving forward. When this card appears in your spread, pay attention to the cards placed on either side. Those represent issues you need to be considering now. The cards on either side here are the Sun, representing freedom, fun, confidence, and Ace of Pentacles, representing new beginnings, opportunity, wealth, growth, investment. Okay, foundation. This card marks a pause in your energy, a time to contemplate what you've been doing and determine if any changes would prove beneficial. Reflection and course correction now are wiser than charging full steam ahead. The owl has extraordinary vision, and it can adjust its focus from telescopic to microscopic in an instant. In fact, it is always adjusting. You know, this is reminding me of Ashniko, like recently, adjusted her look a little bit. Like, you may adjust your look. It has to do with your look is like a projection of your personality. Okay, so that's why that's coming through. In fact, it is always adjusting, always ready to redirect its path for a more effective result. This card is suggesting that you do the same. Review your previous choices to determine what has worked for you. Look ahead to see what changes can accelerate your plan's fruition. This could call for some patience and courage, for you may have to shift or even abandon the path that has been your primary focus. But take note of the bright light from the right, the future, pouring into the Priestess of Wisdom's left hand, the hand of receiving, as well as the orbs there and at her third eye. She is guided in her adjustments by the clarity and vision of the owl, as well as being directed into the future by the light and orbs of the spirit world. You, too, can be so guided when you let yourself stop, reconsider, adjust, and move peacefully forward with trust. The affirmation that comes with this card is, it is safe for me to stop and reconsider my path and process. I am patient and courageous in the choices and changes I make. Messages from the fishbowl, we get, someone has a crush on you. Oh, wow. Career change needed. Speaking of direction change, we have catacombs. I like this coming out for your pile, especially as we talked about you walking in the underworld, like with your shadows tamed and chained. Okay, you dive deep, you go deep. We have dolphin. One that says just the, and I'm hearing the one. You are the one. Ghost and water. And this water, when I pulled it, was upside down, but so were the rest of them. But I only noticed it with the water. I was hearing actually air. It's like you might be very emotional, but you cover this up with intellect. You're intellect forward. We have this little monkey charm making an appearance. And I'm hearing, what's that 2000s brand that was like a little monkey? Was it like Paul Frank or something? That's coming through. I'm getting like with Ashniko 2040, You may dress in a way that's like reminiscent of childhood, like in a very fun way, but also it's like sultry. We also have this cat charm making an appearance. Okay, I'm hearing black cat magic. We have a maple leaf, and lastly, a dove. Pile 3, we are going to leave your wonderful reading off there for today. If you enjoyed that message or it resonated, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments and leave a like. And if you're a little shy or you don't know what to say, feel free to leave any like rock music or singing emojis, like the guitar. I think there's a microphone emoji. I'm not totally sure about that. And don't forget to subscribe so I can see you on the next one. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Bye for now.